Hey guys, I promised you I would post some videos of my Postage stamp planes, and as you can see here I have first of all the B17. It's a 909, as you probably have seen from the catalog of Darren, and there's the P38 Lightning flown by Richard Bong, March, the top US ace of World War II. And here's my other models. As you can see, some of them have been placed in the order of which they were produced and the different eras they were active. Here's my first one actually. It's the F4 Phantom Playboy Bunny model. And here's another favorite, the A1 Skyraider. Here's the P51D Mustang flown by American ace Major William Shomo, who was a Medal of Honor winner. There's Royal Australian Air Force Lancaster, another one of my favorites. Russian Polikarpov, P-shooter, the Newport 28 French plane flown by ace Eddie Rickenbacker from World War I. There's the Red Baron Fokker DR1 flown by Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron top ace of World War I. And the Sopwith Camel flown by the Canadian pilot Roy Brown, who got the better of him, or some say that he got the better of them. Others will still proclaim that the Red Baron was shot down by anti-aircraft in World War I. Moving down here, there's a Panavia Tornado German Air Force. It's from the Lemke collection, special edition collection. It's they made a few of these models with the German Air Force colors, and this one is a anniversary model from the Luftwaffe's 30th anniversary. There's a MiG, and there's this one, Israeli Kafir, first Aircav Huey, an airship from the US Navy, which was active during World War II. There's the Swordfish, and here's my Pacific War collection. Zero, as you probably all know, the Flying Tiger P40, the Messerschmitt Bf 109 flown by German ace Heinz Baer, was an ace in both the Eastern Front and the Western Front. He flew this model with the Mickey Mouse on the side, and he also flew the Focke-Wulf 190, and he flew the Schwalbe, the Messerschmitt 262, which I showed you before. There's the Stuka, and here's another favorite of mine. It's the Hurricane flown by a Canadian ace. His name was William McKnight, and he was an ace of the Battle of Britain from the Canadian Royal Air Force 262 Squadron. Very interesting character. Read about him on Google. I think he had 19 kills. Then there's the Spitfire flown by Douglas Bader, or Bader. He was a British pilot ace with, actually he had no legs, which made him able to pull a G in ways that no other pilots could, because he didn't have the blow flood problems with his legs. Very interesting character, and also a model from the Battle of Britain. As you can see, the DB markings is his initials. Then there's the Focke-Wulf 190, Hawker Typhoon with bombs. And here's the P-47 flown by ace Richard Basler. Mosquito with British colors. Ilyushin Il-2 Stormovik. You probably heard about the video game. This is also a very cool and very detailed model with missiles and bombs. And there's the Enola Gay, which you probably know, the B-29 bomber that dropped the first atomic bomb on Japan, Hiroshima, during World War II. There's the Dauntless, another very cool and very detailed model. Here's the C-47 Skytrain, or the Dakota, as you probably know it. It's got some cool features and details as well. It's one of the heavier, bigger planes in this collection. I really love this model. It's also available with D-Day landing markings, the Heinkel HE-111 German camouflage model, and there's the B-24 Liberator. Actually, it's a reproduction model of the one that was lost above the Libyan desert during World War II and was found during the 1950s. It's a very interesting story. Read about it on Google. And here's another model power plane, postage stamp. It's the Wright Flyer, also a very, very cool detailed plane. It's not a warplane, but it's still very interesting. As you can see here, there are some. This is not a model power. This is I think it's Amercom and Italeri. Here's a Corgi chopper, and here's a Leo Models Aeronautica Militaria. Also a very cool model, but not quite as heavy and detailed as some of the postage stamp planes, but I still like them. They're fairly cheap as well. Moving on to the other postage stamp planes, there's the Wildcat JU-88, also a very, very nice detailed plane. It's very hard to find these days. I found it in Switzerland, of all places. Very nice, very heavy. And here's the Catalina, another world famous plane. It's also available in all black. And another very curious, little known plane from World War II, the Black Widow P-61. It's amazing. It's also available in some different schemes. Check this one out. It's heavy and wonderful as well. Here's a Korean War plane from the movie Bridges of Tokyo Ri. It's the F-9F Panther with bombs on the wings from the Marine Corps, not the Navy. And there's the actually this one was made by Del Prado, the Spanish toy brand, who made some of these models, but in European colors. It's the Starfighter in the Italian colors. The Vulcan, also a very nice plane. It's a classic. If you've seen the James Bond movie Thunderbolt, you'll recognize this model. And here's the Grumman A6 Intruder Navy version. The Harrier British Navy version. Jump Jet. The Eurofighter. This is actually the Russian Tupolev Tu-160. Some would say it's a Russian copy of the B-1B Lancer, but it's actually quite bigger, and it's flown in the Syrian engagements. Russia's engagement in Syria, they use these bomb planes for the first time. They have never been seen action before. This is a training plane. It's called Ermaki MB339, and here's the MiG-29 Fulcrum in the Navy version with 2 seats. And moving on to the last models, here's the B-52 with the nuclear bombs on the wings. It was a experimental model made during the Vietnam War. Usually these planes carry conventional bombs or cruise missiles. This one was stationed at Guam in 1972. Here's the A-10 Warthog in a peanut desert scheme. Apache longbow, Fat Albert C-130, and last but not least the Blackbird. So please comment on these models and let me know if there's some other models you would like to hear more about, or some arrow or something you think are missing in my collection. I really like these planes, and I will probably add some more to this collection later on. Probably some Japanese model from World War II, or some other World War I models if I can get some. Perhaps an F-14 with the Jolly Rogers emblem on the wings. So guys, put up some comments and let me know what you think.